Here we go then, another game day, another massive match at Old Trafford. And it's not just a massive match because of the importance for everyone involved at Manchester United, managerial, coaches, players, fans, everything like that. It's a massive match because it's one of these games that you just don't know if United will just decide to turn up. Now, it sounds stupid. It sounds like I'm just saying that just for the sake of it to make a preview show or something like that. Well, it's not like a proper preview show, this one. I just want to do it my way, which is because I don't really do many preview shows, to be honest. I don't think there's any point in doing them because we all know what's coming usually. And it's all about what them players want to do, how they want to perform on the pitch. But Arsenal likened to Liverpool for me. That's how I look at this and I go, are they just going to show up in this game? I want to get your opinions on what you think if United players do turn up and give more tomorrow, like they did against Liverpool. What does that tell you about this team? How do we beat Arsenal, looking at what they're going to bring to the table as well? Interesting story on Steve McLaren as well today coming out about him actually staying if Ten Hag is let go. A good relationship with Sir David Brailsford and all of that. If coach goes down, he goes down with his team, surely. That's my opinion. We'll get your thoughts on that as well and everything else and get you guys involved in the chat tonight. It's Saturday night. I hope you've had a great weekend so far, everybody. The results are in from elsewhere. It's not looking good. The table is right there below, guys. It's not good reading for Manchester United fans. It is full on. Manchester United have to win this game. United need to beat Arsenal at Old Trafford. It's got the makings, this one now, of United win or we're out of Europe. That's how it looks. It looks impossible now for Manchester United. Like, we have to beat Arsenal, and that is where the impossible comes in. And why I brought up at the top of the show, like, how are these Manchester United players going to approach this match? Is it going to be like Liverpool? Is it going to be like the other league games that we've seen over the last few months, where we just don't look like we can be arsed? Where are these players? Are their heads on the beach? Or are they actually thinking, do you know what? We want to spoil the party. And then you've got that double-edged sword, haven't you? That horrible thing that we'll be celebrating, handing the trophy over to Manchester City. Like, look, it's horrible. I don't want to even think about it and beating Arsenal, but you always have to want your team to win. You always want Manchester United. I've always wanted United to win, no matter what the repercussions of our impact is going to have on this league table and what it's going to do in pretty much handing the title over to City. I don't care. We're going in for the win. We got to concentrate on ourselves. That's it. There's nothing else to talk about. Absolutely nothing else. Like, we can just sulk and moan and groan about City winning the league afterwards. Let's deal with our own ship. Because if we don't win, then as you can see in the league table below, you've got Chelsea, who are 3 points ahead of us, miles better goal difference now, and you've got Newcastle, 3 points ahead of us, miles better goal difference. You look at that table right now, and I said it was coming. I put the warnings out there. I looked at United's fixtures and where we were going. It was more important to look behind us than above us. I'll concentrate on what we've got, which was Europa League. We'd given up after that Brentford game, I think, on getting to the Champions League. I think it was finished then. I think everybody had owned up, like, and hand on heart said that Manchester United were done. There's no way that this team and the way they're performing can get into the Champions League. Not a chance. But we're now in a situation where we're fighting for Europe altogether. We've just taken our eyes off the prize, and Chelsea and Newcastle have come up behind and taken advantage of it. Yes, a draw for Newcastle today probably wasn't a bad result for us. It's worrying, though, that Brighton have actually pulled up a couple of good results recently in beating Villa and then drawing with Newcastle, and they've got us to come up in the last game of the season. So I just look at that and I go, I don't want that Brighton side with the way that we perform at that place getting anywhere near top form. So yeah, right, it just feels like United have to win. Otherwise, we're out of Europe. That's what it's got on it tomorrow. 2 games left and 3 points behind Newcastle, who we play on Wednesday, and that will pretty much be the nail in the coffin if we don't beat them. But even if we didn't win tomorrow and then beat Newcastle on Wednesday, we're still not going to be ahead of them. And that shows you the magnitude of this game against Arsenal tomorrow and what United need to do. What United is going to turn up. That is the main question in all of this. I mean, guys, you get in. I've put a poll up there right now. What are you feeling? Can United get a result against Arsenal? Yes, get the win, scrape a draw. No, it's going to be a battering. 54% is taking the battering right now, but there are some people in there that think there's a result there. So what you're saying there, there's a good 47% of people think there's either a draw or a win in this for United tomorrow. Question I want to ask, and I'm going to be straight into the chat with you guys on this one, on this one tonight, is that if Manchester United win, what does that tell you more about this team? That's a question directly to you in the live chat right now. And if you are catching up later, get your comments in below. If United beat Arsenal tomorrow, what does that tell you about this team? Why is that happening? Like, just think about it for a minute. We can struggle against the worst teams in the league. We can't be bothered against the likes of Bournemouth, against Brentford, throwing leads away against Chelsea, and let's not even get into Crystal Palace, shall we? It's been an absolute abysmal last couple of months for Manchester United. If they turned up like they did against Liverpool in them two games and actually got something tomorrow, what does that tell you about this Manchester United side? Does it tell you... I'll give you my opinion on it in a minute, actually. I'll give you guys a chance to actually get your comments in on that one first of all. City are winning the league regardless of Arsenal winning, so why talk about that? Well, you don't know, Proton. City have got to go to Spurs. If Arsenal keep on winning, City get beaten by Spurs away from home Tuesday night, then it's game on, because Arsenal got the better goal difference. So if Arsenal do absolutely smash us to pieces tomorrow, then I feel like there is game on for that one on Tuesday. I actually feel like if we do manage to beat Arsenal tomorrow, then Spurs will probably end up beating City and it won't even matter. It's got one of them horrible feelings about it. But like we said right at the top, like there's nothing to do. It's got absolutely nothing to do with anyone else right now. We cannot think that way. We cannot be thinking that we're losing and that's just giving Arsenal the opportunity to beat City in the league. We have to just take care of our own business. If we don't, then we're just that sorry, horrible, mid-table club that everyone's labelling us as. It just proves the point that that's what we are. But more importantly, again, what does that mean if we do beat Arsenal? Why are we turning up for these big games? This is what I want to know. Downing of Tools incoming. It says Mel. Jake, it's just a positive in all this negativity. I don't know what that was about, someone else's chat. Sorry about that. Don't want crap forward to play. He can go, says Rajat. We'll get into the team in a minute and what we think and what we hope is going to happen with that. But I think we've all got a funny feeling. We know what's going to happen with the team and who's going to be in it. Adam, we beat Liverpool in the Cup, but let's have it right. If they would have taken their chances, we would have been 4 down at half-time. And yeah, I agree with you, mate. Completely agree with you on that one. The teams have let us off the hook a lot earlier on in the season, I feel. And it's come to a stage now where we're just getting beaten by teams because we're playing exactly the same way we have all season. Nothing's changed. The style of football has not changed. The players' mentalities have not changed. The weak mentality of these players has not changed all the way through the season. And all of a sudden, teams are just figuring out, you know what? This isn't Manchester United. This is a weak Manchester United. And they're going for it. Crystal Palace came out and hit us with everything without any fear of what was coming back the other way. It's like an heavyweight boxer going into the ring right now. You're looking at what looks like and what was a great fighter in Manchester United. But as the years have gone by and the decay has set in, it's just like an aging heavyweight boxer. And they haven't got that power. They haven't got that resilience anymore. So the opposition goes straight in, throwing everything that they possibly can to take that man out because they know that nothing's coming back the other way. There's nothing there to hurt them. So let's just go in for the kill and wipe this team out. And that's what's happening. That's what is happening more. The sheer amount of goals that we're conceding this season alone is frightening. It really is. And I don't think we're going to be able to keep a clean sheet tomorrow. Tomorrow for me, and I can't look at the defence and go, I expect them to keep a clean sheet. I'm going to go in on them if we end up losing a couple of goals. No. A fully fit Manchester United defence with Varane and Martinez there tomorrow, you would still expect to concede goals to Arsenal. You would. I don't say you would expect to, but you wouldn't be surprised if we conceded goals to Arsenal tomorrow with a fully fit team. That's how good they are. So let's put the opposition in front of us, and just say, look, they are a better team. Give them the respect, and then you can go in with whatever comes out of it as a surprise, as a bonus, you could say, really, because it will be a massive bonus for United tomorrow. Hi Adam, would you take T Silva? He's free. Thiago Silva, that is, from Chelsea. I do want to get away from the older players. I know what you're saying, Simon. I do. I just feel like we need to get into the younger blood. We need to get to a different mentality, a different structure is what I'm saying. It's like a different approach, I think is the right word in there from United. Like, we've seen this before, and like, as good as Thiago Silva is, and if he's a free, and I understand these sorts of deals, do we not want to get away from going for players like that? This is where I sort of struggle with this now, and it's like a United fan just stuck. I'm literally like a United fan on the edge right now. I don't see any positives apart from what INEOS are doing. I don't see any positives on the pitch. I see no connection at all, and I'm just looking to try and move past this phase, and I don't want to deal with the likes of old players coming here as a retirement package. Even though they are good players, like, there's nothing long-term planning in it, and I just want away from it. I watched Ron Atkinson's team in the 80s. Not the best team, but they put on that red shirt, and everyone put in a shift. That's what annoys me with this bunch of no passion. That's what a lot of United fans were saying. And Michael says, why are you bothered if McLaren stays or not? It's like wanting McKenna out. Scholes said McLaren was the best coach he had. I know that. I'm just saying, look, if we're going to blame Ten Hag, we've got to blame his coaches as well. It's not all his fault. Like, these injuries, we don't know if it's Steve McLaren's training. You just don't know. Like, I'm not really bothered about McLaren. I'll be honest. It's weird about McLaren, the situation. We'll probably talk more on that towards the end. But I just feel like everyone should go. Like, everyone has paid. If we're going to go in on the players, if we're going to go in on Ten Hag, we have to go in on McLaren. He's been part of this project. So everybody gets tarnished with the same brush for me. It's not one man's getting away with it because he did something more years ago. No. I feel like, I mean, his relationship with Brailsford, for one, that's probably what people are looking into. I think Disco Dave has actually said that. Oh, no, it wasn't Disco Dave this time. It was someone else in the mirror was saying that he has got a long-standing relationship with Sir David Brailsford. I don't really care, to be honest. I don't want jobs for the boys again just because he knows him, that he stays. That's what we had before, didn't we? That's what we want to move away from. We want fresh ideas. And yes, Steve McLaren may be a good coach, and it may be unfair on him from one side, but one thing you can't deny, he's had a big impact on this team, and whether it's good or bad, he has been part of this project which hasn't worked. If it does go down that road and Ten Hag gets fired, then Steve McLaren has to be looked at with that same through that same lens. He does, because he is part of what Ten Hag brought in and how Manchester United are playing. So that's how I look at it. I feel with Ten Hag, if he goes, McLaren as well. Ultimately, I'm not completely against Steve McLaren staying. I'm not. But what I do want to see is a bit of consistency with what INEOS are doing. And I think he is part of it as well. That's all I'm saying with it, really. It's a strange one how he would stay and Ten Hag doesn't, but this might be the new approach. This could be how Manchester United are working right now, like looking at Ten Hag as the sole problem, and McLaren actually has got something there. We'll see. Why do people spend their hard-earned money going to watch these bums? Everyone spends money. Like Manchester United earn more money from Sky and the broadcasters, and everyone sits at home watching that. Why, you could actually say that, Mel, in a way, like, why would anyone actually block time out of their day to watch Manchester United the same way? That's what it is. It's part. We support this team no matter what. That's what it is. We are fans. We love the football team. We don't at the moment, but obviously it's in our blood. We have to support the team. On a match day, everybody's going to watch. And then we'll do all our moaning and complaining afterwards. But you've got to, I feel, stand behind the team no matter what when the games are going on. And you can only hope, can't you? You cannot just leave your football club. You just hope that something will change. And that is all the fan base has got really right now. It is just hope that this change from INEOS coming in is going to change the way that Manchester United move and stop the way that we once was operating under just the Glazers. I keep saying it, I keep going back to it. I'm praying that this works for the football club. I really am praying that this works because, like you've said there, Mel, I'm not afraid to say it. I spend a lot of money watching Manchester United. I can't help it. It's just part of my life. I don't spend anything merchandise-wise at all in the football club. I just spend money on my tickets. And this has just been a massive part of my life. I'm not going to ditch it now just because the club is running right and I don't like the way it's running. Like, you stand by your club and take the hits. But you do have that element inside you. Like, you've always got that hope that something is going to change. Something will turn around and you will see better days coming. I hope so, in my lifetime anyway. And the way Sir Jim Radcliffe's talking, I will. It won't be too far away. We'll see on that one. I'm not completely convinced, as you guys already know, with that. Anyone who's Ten Hag out is an enemy of the club. Proton, that's not really fair to say, let's be honest. Like, everyone's got an opinion. To be honest, half the time it's not Ten Hag outers, it's Ten Hag complainers. Like, what is he doing? And you're allowed to do that. You're allowed to do that. Mel says, Adam, I believe we can beat Arsenal. Few people do. Like, the poll is still up there, guys. Like, a lot of people are thinking we can beat Arsenal tomorrow. And Arteta will be wary of the wounded animal. I've been talking with the Highbury squad doing a video for their Arsenal channel, and they're actually scared for this game because of the history of this match. Manchester United against Arsenal, head-to-head. They're actually scared for it. They feel like there's an Arsenal moment coming at Old Trafford. Although they have had them glorious moments with Overmars, with Will Todt. If you're United fans of yesteryear still, you'll remember them days and you'll remember them in your nightmares. They were horrible. But Arsenal and Manchester United is one of the oldest Premier League rivalries that there is. And there's always that fear factor when you go into someone. Even if they are rubbish, even though they're down and out, you're always going to fear what could happen just because of the magnitude of the football game and what this match brings. And that's where the Arsenal fans are right now. United fans are going into this game and we're like, nah, we'll just show us something different. Can you convince this fan base that you have got something left in you? Like, one shred of pride, and actually go out there on that pitch and turn out and give us a performance. And then the Arsenal fans are like, we know we're better than them. We know we've got twice the organisation. Everything else is going for us. We've got better players. We're more organised. We're playing better football. There's no uncertainty at all at the football club right now. Everything is just laid on a plate for us to go to Old Trafford and win. And they don't think they're going to do it. They're bottling it. They really are bottling it. I'm telling you now. Even an Arsenal fan that says he's going into this game confident, he's saying it for the front of it and for the cameras. Behind the scenes, deep down, they're shitting their pants because they don't want to be the ones that Manchester United beat, and they don't want to lose this title. And officially, it will be over tomorrow, pretty much, if they lose to Manchester United. That's the situation we're in right now, and it's an awkward one for them. But we've got to pray on that. Manchester United's advantage tomorrow is working onto Arsenal's nerves. United should be going into this game tomorrow absolutely fearless, carefree, no stress, no worries, no dramas, no trepidation, anything like that. No nerves. Get nerves for your own future, but we've already seen what you think about that. So this game, we've got absolutely no clue what's going to happen in this game. We don't know what Man United are going to turn up. But one thing is for certain, there'll be a group of very nervous players going out there tomorrow, simply because of the football and what's on the line. And there'll be a group of players that are just going out there not having a clue where their future lies. And will that help United? Will it take the pressure off the actual game? Will they play with more confidence? No, not more confidence. Will they play with no fear because the season's pretty much over? I don't think I'm being too harsh when I say that. And that might actually be one of them weird games where, you know what? If Arsenal start missing chances, they will create chances. If they start missing chances like Liverpool did, then it's game on. Like, United will get a chance. United will have a moment in this game, and it depends if they jump onto it and use that little bit of a bounce from it and take the momentum in their favour, like we did for that 20-minute spell against Liverpool. Unfortunately, we conceded the goal late on with the penalty, but you know what I mean by that. Arsenal will play into United's hands a little bit in terms of playing high, and United can counter-attack fast. We have got pace up front, and we can use it. If Marcus Rashford is back, then this is the game that Marcus Rashford will turn up in. I said that in this lunchtime show. This is a game for Rashford. He always has had a good game against Arsenal. And at Old Trafford, with them pressing for the win because they need to win, is a team coming for Manchester United's throats. And there will be gaps on the break. That's where my hope stops with Manchester United and how we get the win out of this game. And you guys get into the chat right now. Let's see what you're saying. We might even win tomorrow. Stranger things have happened. But win, lose or draw, the one certainty will be we will play absolutely crap. Yeah, that's a fair point, Niall. Like, we have got we're not going to play well. We're just hoping for the result. That's what we're hoping for. If the players can play as a unit, we can stay in shape, we can defend well as a team, we've got a chance. We have got a chance because we have got them moments. We've seen it all season. Rashford's goal against City, Bruno's against Liverpool, Bruno's against Sheffield United, Bruno's against Burnley, Garnacho's against Everton, Mainoo's against Liverpool. We've got worldies and very creative players all over the pitch. And if they want to turn up, they can change a game like that with a moment. And that's what United are. Systems, styles of play, forget it. No one's hoping that that's going to change in the next few games. We've said it, I think, from February forward. Just grind out the results. Get us into Europe. That's all we've wanted to do. But style of football goes out the window completely. Ten Hag has given up on that as well, in saying that it only works when everybody's fit. So we have to go along with what the manager says now. All right. People moan at me for having a go at the manager. I don't think that's acceptable. But that's what we have to deal with. And for this video, I'm looking at Arsenal and how we can beat them. And that's the only way I see it. Them having a switch-off moment and Manchester United taking advantage of that, or scoring a worldie or something like that. Get the crowd behind them and then just ride that wave into full time. That's how I see this working for us in our favour. That's how I see us actually getting something from it. Please give the video a like, guys. Make sure you do subscribe to the channel as well if you are tuning in for the first time. I'm Adam, this is Forever United TV. We're going over how Manchester United can actually beat Arsenal tomorrow. There's a lot of people that have just written it off. I've got no hope at all. I don't expect the players to perform in a way that we want Manchester United to play, but I've given up on that a long time ago. But I know that this team has got a result in them. It just depends if they've got the resilience. There's a lot of players missing. And it just gives me the scare factors there because I look at it and I go, I don't want that reversal of that 8-2. Like, with that team, if United played like we did against Crystal Palace, with the team that we've got available for us tomorrow, we will get smashed all over the place, and it will be embarrassing, and there will be more calls for Erik Ten Hag's head. Naturally, that's what comes. There's no time though, because we've got Newcastle literally 3 days later. And we're going to be dealing with press conference after press conference of Ten Hag answering questions he does not want to answer and he's not qualified to answer. And it's just going to stress all the fans out. We're going to be at each other's throats. It's just a horrible place to be a Manchester United fan right now. And that's what it comes down to. The only thing we have got is that moment when the fans come together on a game day. We get through the game. Whether we win, it just stems the flow of negativity afterwards. We get the defeat, we go in, we lock horns, we argue with each other, we debate, we disagree, we agree. This is where we're at right now as a fan base. We're all at sea because the club is a mess. I feel brighter times are coming. I do. I feel like INEOS are definitely taking United in the right direction. I've made that very, very clear. And you know what? Sometimes I actually enjoy talking about what might happen with INEOS going forward than I do the actual games. I do. It's crazy. But I think everybody just wants it to be finished so we can get through to the real business. Casemiro is not good. He's not as good as last season, but it's unfair that everyone is blaming him. He is playing out of position. To be honest, Jason, Casemiro's been off it all season when he's even been in midfield. He's had a few good games when he came back from his long spell out. think the game against Wolves away from home, where everyone had a decent game, I thought that was his best game. I mean, even in that one there, like, we had Varane, we had Martinez, we had Shaw. It was like we had everyone available to us, and it was a good game. United played well in parts, but we still conceded 3 bleeding goals. Clean sweep or nothing changes. Past relationships doesn't always mean improvements. That's Mayo talking about McLaren probably, and all the coaching staff. If one goes, they all go, they say. We can beat the Arsenal's under-12s maybe, says Marks. Harsh, but that's just how he's feeling right now and what his team's got him. If Casemiro is at centre-back, Amrabat should partner Mainu in midfield. Does that mean then that who we dropping? Like, Bruno's going to come in for Mount, so it's going to be no Mainu. Sorry. What am I saying? Yeah, so it'd be no McTominay. It'll be no McTominay coming in. Like, would you play McTominay at centre-back? That's another question I want to ask you guys for tomorrow. A lot of people earlier on today were talking about bringing Scott McTominay in at centre-back instead of Casemiro. Would that be something that you guys would probably want to do? He's been dreadful in his position too. Oh, yeah, I just said that one. Hide the plates, please. After the game, Adam may just break a few. Laugh out loud. It is what this team does. Look, I'm at the game, so I can't break anything. I'm really not forward to... I'm always looking forward to talking to people outside. It helps me get through anything when it's bad. I love it when it's good because we've got all of the jubilation outside the stadium and everyone is buzzing. There's no better feeling. There isn't. It's brilliant when you're talking to fans that are actually really chuffed with a team's performance. We've got the win. Just the excitement after that Liverpool game. Like, just take me there again, please. Like, I just want to go to that safe place, that happy place of talking to United fans, everyone in unison, absolutely buzzing off an absolutely epic comeback and performance. Like, it's just few and far between this season and over the last few years. I've just got that horrible feeling that we're going to be outside talking about a United defeat because we're just not good enough. If we're honest with ourselves, that's okay because we are. Like, Arsenal would definitely feel like they were going to beat us even if we had our strongest squad tomorrow. So I'm not going to be absolutely devastated and dumbfounded if Manchester United get beat by Arsenal tomorrow. It is a high likely scenario that we will. They're a better team and they have better players and right now a better manager who is getting the most out of every single player. So I'm not really going to be that upset if we lose tomorrow. It's just the manner of the defeat or the manner of the performance which everyone's looking at now. And we talked about Manchester United getting results a minute ago, but I think what a lot of people will look at in this game is attitude. Like, are you going to go down fighting? Are you going to actually go and clatter into a player because you're angry about the position you're in at this football club, how bad it is? Are you actually going to kick out in anger at all? Are you going to go and try and do something? Are you going to bottle it and just try and not be available for the ball like a lot of United players have done over the years? There's been a lot of players gone hiding when the chips are down at this football club. Get out there and just give everything that you've got. I don't want people looking to protect themselves on that pitch tomorrow. Get out there, want the ball, and want to do something. That's what it's all about. These big games, this is your opportunity to send a message. Like, if there's any players that are worrying about their futures at the football club, go out on the pitch. Never mind moaning to your agents or leaking things out the football club. Get out on that pitch. Show the world that you belong in that United shirt. Most importantly, show the fans that you are willing to fight for them. Because we are going to get bantered to high hell if we get battered by Arsenal tomorrow. We are. They are going to absolutely annihilate us. And they're just going to be saying, look how far you have dropped. We're the ones that are challenging. We're the ones that you're actually have. They'll say to us if we come out of that ground and they've won, you actually wanted us to win today. You wanted us to beat you to stop City because you can't stop City yourselves. That's what the opposition fans are saying. That's where they're at right now. That's the banter that we're getting. I would absolutely be buzzing if we beat them Gunners tomorrow. Like, I don't care about City. I'm finished with worrying about other clubs. It's going to be hell dealing with City fans. But all I care about right now is beating Arsenal. That's all that matters. We have to turn up in this game tomorrow and just put the effort in. Because like I said just a minute ago, the fans are looking at this and they're going, do you know what? We're not looking at this game like expecting to win. We know we're up against a better side, but there's ways in which you lose games. There's ways in which you actually fight. Like, we showed none of it against Crystal Palace. Ten Hag's already called out every single player, using the fans as an example after the Palace game. We needed to take their energy and their desire and channel that onto the pitch. It's probably the best thing that he said after that press conference, after that game against Crystal Palace. There were a lot of them fans who weren't happy that he didn't go over and applaud the fans for their effort that they gave the players. Or at least he said it in the press conference. That's the minimum he could do. But his words were, the fans are what this club is. Like, we need to perform like the fans perform. If United players perform like the fans do, especially the away fans of the football club, then we'll win the league because we are the best. And they don't deserve our support. They do not deserve our support. Stick Casemiro in a team with a competent manager and he will be great. Sancho and Sabitzer prove this. I know what you're saying by that. I do. And I don't like Ten Hag. I don't, but I think that's a load of crap when it comes to Sancho and Sabitzer. Like, no one's actually watching them week in, week out. And let's not forget where they are in the league. They're having a great cup run in the Champions League. And everyone knows that these runs in the Champions League can happen. No one's watching them week in, week out. So we don't know how they're performing. They're not doing great guns because they're fifth in the Bundesliga. So, yeah, showing up on the big stage, everyone's watching. Fair enough. That you cannot take away from them. But let's be fair to United on this side of things. The pressure at this football club compared to Dortmund is on a different level. So I'm not letting Sancho off with this one still. I still back Ten Hag when it comes to Sancho. I feel like he got that right. Like, there's not one player bigger than the club. The only problem Ten Hag has got is in doing so, he didn't realise what kind of worms he was opening up when he dealt with Sancho the way he did. Ronaldo was one thing because everyone was disagreeing with Ronaldo in the club apparently. And that was easier for him to handle, even though he got a massive backlash. The fans united around him. Sancho had an issue, and I feel it was all on Marcus Rashford. Right, the fallout there carried on into the season. The unrest, the favouritism tags, and Ten Hag has struggled to handle it. And I think he's just taken his eye off the ball, and that's where all the excuses has come from with him. He just feels like his whole world is crumbling, and he doesn't know how to get out of it. That's how he's coming across. I don't know who he's going to pick tomorrow. I don't know how he's going to approach it. If Ten Hag approaches Arsenal tomorrow in the same way that we did against Palace, even if the players actually switch on and go along with his script, whatever that script is that he says, then we're going to lose. We are. Tomorrow, United need to change shape. Tomorrow, United need to be solid. There needs to be two banks of solid defensive lines. We need to play on the counter, take our chances when they come. If we try and go in our 4-3-3 head-to-head with Arsenal, we're just going to get taken to the cleaners, absolutely rinsed by the Gunners. They won't hold back either. They will go. They need goal difference. City bagged 4 today against Fulham, so they need the goal difference. They're gonna, if they smell blood, they're gonna take United for everything that they can, and we are going to be sat there in that stadium tomorrow, absolutely devoted, just bewildered of where this football club is going, and it will just be more nails in that Ten Hag coffin. Sad, I agree with you. Sad to think how great this club was. It was, Jason, mate. It really was. And I think we can get back there. We can. We're moving in the right direction. It's just because we've fallen so far behind in one season, it's hard to see or visualise a positive going forward. That is the most difficult thing when it comes to football. When things are going bad on the pitch, it's hard to see a positive anywhere else. You can look at everything going on and go, yeah, that's good, that's good, that's good. New stadium, new structure, new coaching, directors of football, CEOs, people who know what they're doing, football people in football positions. It's fantastic. But when the football's shit, nothing else matters. And this is what I keep saying. It's like, I'm trying to be positive while watching shit. It's hard work. It's hard work trying to look like you're not completely against everything going on at the football club. But honesty is the only way I will go. And my opinion is there is a lot wrong with this football club. and it goes within the coaching, the management, and the players. Like everything else above it now, I think is in place. I'm really happy. Do you trust Ten Hag to take Man United forward? United haven't even trusted him to bring him another coach in after losing Ramsey. That tells you exactly where the club is at with Ten Hag. And we cannot finish 8th. Finishing 6th with all of these injuries would have just been... that would have just been understandable, I feel, for Ten Hag. Finishing 8th, which is where it looks like we are going to finish. Like we were all saying we're going to finish 6th. We were naive to think that we were going to stay where we was for where we've been for the most of this season. Thinking that no one else was going to come up behind us. Taking Newcastle and Chelsea completely for granted. Look, the end of the day, tomorrow is all about attitude, application, and desire. They're the 3 words that I'm going to take into this game and watch United players for that. Like Ten Hag will send them out with a message. Whether it is the right message or not, we will see where these players are at. We'll see by the body language how much effort they're putting in, what they're doing, if they're following the plan, what the plan is. We might see a plan if some of these players actually believe in it. I just don't think they do. I don't think they believe in Ten Hag. And player power is bigger than manager power right now because of the situation the club is in, sadly. It's just a sad state, and it's the sad truth, and truth hurts. It does. And many people cannot handle it. But you're not going to get anything else here from me. I'm just going to say it as it is. And if you want to call me, if you want to say I'm not a United fan for telling you exactly as it is, then yeah, you go swivel. Sorry. Casemiro can't be arsed. He checked out. I play McTominay as centre-back, says Madison. Boxing Straight Talk. Play for our top goal scorer at centre-back. Play our top goal scorer at centre-back. Yes, that sounds like something Ten Hag will do. Top goal scorer is Bruno Fernandes. How do you mean, Boxing? You mean McTominay? One of our top goal scorers. That's surely what you've got to mean there. You can't be thinking Bruno and Rasmus Højlund because they're 1 and 2. I have a tingling feeling United will be good tomorrow, says Didier Drogba. Didier, I hope you are right, mate. I look at this and I go, yeah, there's every chance United turn up and beat Arsenal tomorrow. Absolutely every chance. And, I would not be surprised if we beat it. We have got the players to beat Arsenal. We've shown it. Do you know what Ten Hag was doing that interview? I would disagree with loads of what Ten Hag says. Everybody knows this. But one thing he did say, which I agreed with him, was when Garnacho's goal was disallowed at the Emirates earlier on this season. Oh, I was apoplectic. I think that's the right word. Kaz will tell you. I lost my shit at that because I knew how important that was. That was defining. That was massive. Rasmus Højlund had come on the pitch to make his debut and looked fantastic. We were like, whoa, what have we bought here? Garnacho goes through, 89th minute. He was onside. VAR dropped an absolute bollock with that one, and that was a goal. And Ten Hag said in that interview, when asked about that question, I hate these stupid questions, I do. I hate these stupid interviews, to be honest. But he was right in what he said. He said that there could have changed the momentum and give Manchester United that boost. Beating Arsenal away early on in the season would have given belief. And then he went into that press conference after that and dropped the Sancho bomb. Now, timings are everything. Like, Ten Hag set up this situation with Sancho, with the media, because he let the media know and he already told them what was coming after the game. He would answer questions on Jadon Sancho and what was going on. So that was on him. As much as we agree or disagree with how he's handled Jadon Sancho and what he's done, in terms of the media and how this started, and United's season started to completely fall away from that point. And we struggled. We struggled massively after that. And that's when Rashford fell off as well. And don't forget, Rashford scored a great goal in that game. If that Garnacho goal would have stood, I think this season could have been different. And that sounds crazy for me to say. I know you're all thinking, Adam, what you're talking about. But there are moments in seasons where, and if Manchester United beat one of the best teams away from home early in the season, that would have been a massive boost for the team. It would have. I agree completely with that. because them moments do change mindsets. They do. That gives, like I said, that belief that you can beat the best, so you can beat anyone. And they played all right, I thought, that day, United. We just dropped some absolute clangers, as we always do. Over 100 likes, guys. Thank you so much. Well over 400 in the room with us right now. Please keep liking the video, sharing. Make sure you're hitting that subscribe button as well, everybody. Thank you for tuning in on this Saturday evening, a bit later than normal. I'm coming in for some score predictions now, guys. I want to know what you think the score is going to be tomorrow while I read through some of your messages. So I'll give you a chance to get your predictions in now, guys. Get into it. I predicted 10th at Christmas, Adam. You go to the games. Let's be honest, we are not a top 6, mate. I thought we was all right for top 6. I thought top 6 is where we'd finish. 6, exactly. I thought we'd finish 5th last season, so that's where I was at with that. And then I think people have just used that to back Ten Hag in saying that he's right when we said we were overachieving. No. You finish in where you finish in a season. There's no overachieving about it. Take the accomplishment and take it with pride. Like, you did well. Like, own it. Like, we should be moving on from that. Not using it as an excuse because we're crap this season. But, yeah, that's where I'm at with that one. 6, I thought, after everything that had gone down, like going into the new year, I had hoped that we could get Champions League, but the way that we were conducting ourselves, things that were going on, then the injuries came in and everyone was using them as a big excuse. It was just like, I would take 6, like just get into the Europa League, but to fall off there, wow. Lies, Eric Ten Hag saying, and to be honest, Newcastle slip win next game, I think 6th or 7th. Sorry, say that again. Lies, Eric Ten Hag staying, and to be honest, Newcastle slip win them next games, I think 6th or 7th, says Jordan. Sort of figure out what you're saying there, Jordan. Tom, who has been a member for 5 months, has just renewed. Thank you, Tom. United will be back. I trust Sir Jim and co. Good on you, Tom, mate. Loving that. We're getting into some scores now, guys. Got all your messages coming in. Let's just see. Right, rubbish. We have crashed out of Europe before we had injuries and got spanked at Old Trafford all season. I know, Andy. I know. I won't cancel out 2023 like Ten Hag has done. Like, we're supposed to forget about that. I'm not forgetting it. I'm not. We should have beaten Newcastle. We should have finished 2nd in that Champions League group. And you know what? Simple games and simple moments in seasons like that's what will help a manager get through the chaos of what we're dealing with now. It would have done us the power of good being still being in that Champions League going into the new year. I'm going with the YOLO belief for tomorrow. Rasmus hat-trick. Okay, Gary, I'll take a Rasmus hat-trick tomorrow. Crazy. 5-1 to Arsenal, says Sejin. Nice one. You was gassed, Adam, mate, says Roddy. Which one was that on? Was that on the Arsenal game? If we win the FA Cup and Arsenal finish 2nd, who had the best season on paper, Adam? This debate's been going on a long... I've heard this one over all the radio. If we beat City and Arsenal finish 2nd, I still got to say that Arsenal had the better season. Champions League is everything. Absolute Champions League is everything. Let's see. Anyone wanting an Arsenal win, says Zippy Penguin Tribute. Respect God both ways. Exactly, this is why I back Sancho. He caused that. Eric Ten Hag made them ask him by planting the seed. Highland should have had a pen, but for VAR. Do you know what? There's one thing that I can say has been worse than Man United this season. VAR. Definitely. United have been shit, but VAR has definitely won the title for underperformance of the season. For anyone who thinks this is all Ten Hag out, then no. All opinions are valid and welcome. Just be respectful and put your points across. Thank you for that, Kaz. Ian's gone with 3-3. 6-1 to Arsenal, says Alien. Are you at the game tomorrow, Pete? Let me know. 3-1 to Arsenal, says Danny. Goalie was the biggest mistake this season, says Nick. Yeah, another one. Agree. Arsenal 3-1, says Boxing Straight Talk. Record lost tomorrow, says Tank. 3-2 to United. Roddy's going in there. We're getting it. 8-0 to Arsenal. Smash United. And then Adam has to look Ali in the eye. Jordan, mate, don't make my life as harder than it already is watching United. Come on. Stephanie's in there, though. United win 2-1. Not been drinking. Sunstroke, probably. Oh, Stephanie, I thought you had confidence then until the rest of that. Everyone's trying to find an excuse for being positive. That's the sad state of affairs right now. Jake Green, 3-2, Adam. Is that 3-2 United? Hopefully, Jake. 6-1 to Arsenal, says Jason. 3-1 to Arsenal. But they're not going to win the league, says Niall. Someone's saying Ten Hag inners are asleep and Ten Hag outers are awake isn't respectful. No, this is up to you guys to be respectful in the chat. Like I said, I've got thick skin. You can slag me off all you want, but you know what I mean? Try and be respectful to other people. Everyone who doesn't want Ten Hag, that's their opinion. Everyone who thinks Ten Hag is okay, that's your opinions as well. Like it goes both ways. It does. Adam, love you. I disagree with you on Sancho. In what way, Mel? I don't know which way I described that then. In terms of Ten Hag and how he handled it, or how it was set up. Just let me know on that one, please. Arsenal need to win. Hopefully we can implement a counter-attack and nick a result, says Mark. That's exactly how I think we're going to play it, mate. 3-3, says Roddy. It could be one of them ding-dong games. You never know. Jason, welcome to the Members Club. Jordan has donated that membership and you have taken it, my man. Welcome and thank you again, Jordan. You absolute legend. If we win the FA Cup, Adam is going to sing the United song. I'll sing anything you bleeding want if we win the FA Cup, Jason. I would love to beat Manchester City. Like honestly, I do not care about anything else at that point. I just want to beat them Blue Noses and watch them squirm. There's still a chance that they can go away with nothing this season. Long shots, yes. But still, as a United fan, I can only live in hope that their season completely capitulates. They lose to Spurs. It does mean that we have to lose to Arsenal, though, doesn't it? Which is going against what I said. I think we have to accept that City are probably going to win the league and we can stop them winning the double. Well, saying that, like the way we're performing, I'm not even getting into it. I'll just stress myself out because we probably end up getting battered by them. But hey, again, a United fan hoping and dreaming. I think I've been doing that for months now, actually. Sancho hasn't performed in 3 years, so how can you support him? Shouldn't you be supporting United, not Tim? Is that to me? Who said that I was supporting Sancho? I haven't said that. Is that another conversation that's going on? Someone just tell me. I'm getting confused by the Sancho stuff now. I said something that I didn't remember. Just to be clear on the Sancho stance, Ten Hag dealt with that exactly the right way. But Ten Hag did set up the media melee. I thought he could have handled how he dealt with the media side of things a lot better. Like, I feel like that could have been one of them internal matters that Rashford had, maybe. Will be interesting to find out eventually what happened on Sancho's side. Thanks, Tommy. Thanks for clarifying that. I didn't think it was me. I was just confused because usually we put some names into who actually said or made the comment in the first place. Love your show, Adam. I hope my countryman doesn't turn up tomorrow. Cheers from Norway. That would be Odegaard then. I'm taking it. Yes. Hopefully he doesn't as well because he has had a phenomenal season. A lot of them Arsenal players have. Like Declan Rice is the one for me. I think he is the big threat. Like Saka and the flair players, but Declan Rice runs the show, I think, for Arsenal. I think he's been the signing of the summer. Him and Cole Palmer have been signings this season. They really have. It's official, Premier League is the Farmers League, but thank God I don't fuel cronkies. I have standards. Highbury's local badger. It had to be from an Arsenal fan, didn't it? Right, guys, come on. Stop falling out in the chat with each other. There's no need. Yeah, you can fall out with me, that's all right, but just go easy on each other. Everyone's got opinions. Steady yourselves. Like I said, if it all goes wrong tomorrow and we're humiliated, go for it. Like, helpful ever. Rip each other apart. I'll be doing that to myself tomorrow. So you guys, you've got free reign. Do whatever you want. Say whatever you want. Like, on a match day, it's no holds barred, is it? We will be back tomorrow, match day. The paper round won't be happening, obviously, because we'll be on the go. We'll be doing the build-up show, the warm-up show from Old Trafford. So make sure that you tuned in. It's going to be around about the 11:30 sort of mark. So make sure you're fully prepared for that one, guys. It's going to be a long day. Jay is with me all day as well tomorrow, guys, at the game. So that's more exciting content for you to bring you, sorry. Jordan, who has just renewed his membership. Thank you, mate. It's only internal matters when it's one of his favourite players. P.S. Don't forget to vote Israel in Eurovision. Keep up the great work, FUTV. Thank you, Jordan. He does have a point in terms of the favouritism thing. Guys, please give the video a like before we finish up. We're about to hit the 150 mark. Thank you so much. Make sure you are hitting the subscribe button, everybody, as well as we move forward. Hopefully, we're going to hit that 44,000 mark on subscribers tomorrow. Or maybe even tonight if you get at it. But yeah, thank you so much for all of your support and everyone who has commented and donated and super chatted through the show. That is it for tonight. All the talking is done. It's time for that horrible walking moment again. Which United are going to turn up against Arsenal tomorrow? That is a look ahead to the game. Hopefully we see some form of performance, whether it's just be a together performance, solid performance, attitude, pride, discipline, yeah, probably. Application, definitely. Desire, like I said, they're the big ones. Guys, I'll see you all tomorrow. Have a fantastic evening, whatever you're up to, and let's go United.